It remains to be seen whether Trump issued secret pardons to people in his administration for crimes related to January 6th. The Washington Examiner spoke with several experts in constitutional law about whether or not Trump could have issued secret pardons during his term, and whether they would be considered viable in a court of law.
A number of people with increasing sort of closeness to Trump himself are becoming the subject of various investigations, both by Congress and others.
At one of the recent January 6 hearings, it was affirmed that, at some point, Trump was keeping a list of people he planned to pardon.
Dr. Eastman emailed Rudy Giuliani and requested that he be included on a list of potential recipients of a presidential pardon. Dr. Eastman's email stated, quote, "I've decided that I should be on the pardon list, if that is still in the works."
Cassidy Hutchinson, aide to Trump's former chief of staff, testified to the committee that several high-ranking political officials requested pardons from Trump.
Ms. Hutchinson, did Rudy Giuliani ever suggest that he was interested in receiving a presidential pardon related to January 6th?
He did.
Ms. Hutchinson, did White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows ever indicate that he was interested in receiving a presidential pardon related to January 6th?
Mr. Meadows did seek that pardon.
According to the experts that spoke with the Washington Examiner, there is no legal requirement that the president disclose it to the public when he issues a pardon.
I think he could write a pardon on the back of a napkin. You know, it doesn't have to be on a fancy piece of paper with the seal of the Justice Department on it. I admit that there would be potentially at least an evidentiary problem. How do you prove that this is the real thing? But I don't think there's any reason why it couldn't be done and not publicized.
The former president recently said that he would consider offering pardons to those who participated in the Capitol riots if he is reelected.
Most people should not be treated the way they're being treated. And if I become president someday, if I decide to do it, I will be looking at them very, very seriously for pardons, very, very seriously. They've been treated very unfairly.
Despite the fact that Trump's offer to hand out pardons has opened him up to allegations of witness tampering, it doesn't affect the validity of the pardon. It is also important to note that pardons can only be issued when the president is still serving his term. Experts who spoke to the Washington Examiner shared the sentiment that the only real check on the pardon power is the people.
I think President Trump improperly used the pardon power for his own personal gain or for partisan gain. The answer is vote him out of office, which is what happened.
Christine Quayle for the Washington Examiner.